Hello? I should be back. Pa. What was I doing? Uh, Arch. Classic. Yeah, right net. Hmm. Okay, should be back, huh? What was I reading before? I was reading. What was I reading? Yeah, wait, let me put the music back on. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Alors, what was I seeing? I was checking Prism. Yeah, my PC just froze. Recent, uh, recently closed the tabs. I hope it's not the web page because sometimes the web page. Yeah, I guess I was. Ah, voilà. Prism. Now let's listen to this real quick. Ba, ba, ba. Proofread your writing. What are the papers? Attends, what? Yeah. These papers are relevant except in one section 4. Can you please grab their reference? Okay, it's just ChatGPT for research, huh? Okay. Back to it, yeah. Prism. What Prism is a free workspace for scientific writing and collaboration with GPT 5.2, our most advanced model for mathematical and scientific reasoning, integrated directly into workflow. Ah, yes, it has going to be so many AI slop scientific papers with this. It brings drafting, revision, collaboration, preparation for publication into a single cloud-based LaTeX native workspace. Rather than operating as a separate tool alongside the writing process, GPT 5.2 works within the project itself with access to the structure of the paper, equation, references, and surrounding context. Prism builds on the foundation of Quickset, a cloud-based latex platform that OpenAI acquired and has since evolved into Prism as a unified product. It's allowed us to start with a strong base of a mature writing and collaboration environment and integrate AI into a way that fits naturally into the scientific workflows. With Prism, researchers can chat with GPT 5.2 thinking to explore ideas, test hypotheses, and reason through complex scientific problems in context. Draft and revise papers with the full document as context, including surrounding tests, equations, citations, figures, and overall structure. Search for and incorporate relevant literature, for example, from Arxiv, in the context of the current manuscript, and revise texts in light of newly identified related work. Create, refactor, and reason over equations, citations, and figures with AI that understand how those elements relate across the paper. Turn whiteboard equations into diagrams directly into LaTeX. I know you scientific people love your whiteboards, you know? You love writing on your whiteboard, so we just made the feature for this. It's saving hours of time manipulating graphics pixel by pixel. Collaborate with co-authors, students, and advisors in real time with edits, comments, and revisions reflected immediately. Make direct in-place changes to the document when requested without copying content between separate editors or chat tools. Use optional voice-based editing, oh wow, to make simple changes without interacting writing or review. Okay. Yeah, so because basically OpenAI has announced, and Sam Altman has talked about this, that they want to create the first AI scientist, basically, or some AI system that is capable of coming up with novel ideas, novel research, novel results. Right? But of course, it's a bit. I mean, bon, I'm not sure how they're going to train, of course, for this, maybe, but I noticed at several occasions, because the AI model, the LLM model, has been trained on past data, sometimes it's very hard for it to like actualize things and envision that the current state of something has actually shifted way is way off compared to what it was a few months ago, or what was the last training data limit. Well, I guess it was with the previous models. I didn't test this with GPT 5.2, but I think I actually noticed this with Gemini 3. So it was still a soda, still a state-of-the-art model. And when I asked it, hey, can you please review this? Like, I think I asked it to review like the latest Vit update, Vit 6 or whatever. And and like Gemini 3 Pro, who is supposed to be the smartest benchmark maxing model, right? Of today. It responded with wait, the user like in the thinking stuff, I saw it saying like, wait, V6 hasn't come out. Like the user is confused, Vit 5.4 has come out. So let me tell you about Vit 5.4, And then I'm like, no, dude, check it out on the web. Make a little search about Vit 6. It has come out, you dumbass. You just been trained on past data that is not actualized. And then he did a web search and he's like, oh yes, the user is right. Vit 6 did come out. We are in January. So my reflection here is about, are LLMs really going to be able, given their massive training on what has been done, are they really going to be able to actually offer, to actually dig the trenches that are needed to, come up to scientific breakthroughs, true scientific breakthroughs. That might be contradicting with what the data that they've been trained on, have given them, because of course a significant portion of scientific breakthroughs are about shattering previously established frameworks or understanding about the world, right? So to make a scientific breakthrough to an extent, you need to shatter some previous beliefs that it turns out are false or are only partially true, right? That's my main. Well, I guess if they want, they can also train the AI to be more open towards, new open solutions, I guess. But that's I guess that's one thing that I would be looking at when, with the further developments of these kinds of technologies relating to AI infused scientific production. It's that, can they actually try to venture outside of their training data? Because that's the whole point, right, of doing research, is that you do something that has not been done before. That would be an interesting thing to observe. Are there any other interesting quotes in this article here? I think 2026 will be for AI and science, what 2025 was for AI in software engineering. Interesting. Kevin Vale, Vice President of OpenAI for Science, told reporters at a press briefing attended by MIT Technology Review. He said that ChatGPT receives about 8.4 million messages per week on hard science topics, which he described as evidence that AI is transitioning from curiosity to core workflow for scientists. OpenAI built Prism on technology from QuickSet, like implementation. The barrier to producing science-flavored text is dropping, but the capacity to evaluate that research has not kept pace. Yeah, like the humans reviewing the scientific papers proposed in journals and conferences, of course. It's the humans reviewing all of that. When asked about the possibility of the AI model confabulating fake citations, like they did at the beginning, of course, it was like 1 or 2 years ago, Vale acknowledged in the press demo that none of this absolves the scientists of the responsibility to verify that their references are correct or good. Unlike traditional reference management software, such as EndNote, which has formatted citations for over 30 years without inventing them, AI models can generate plausible sounding sources that don't exist, Vale added. We're conscious that as AI becomes more capable, there are concerns about volume, quality, and trust in the scientific community. Yeah, I mean, I guess they will be able to make it more robust, right? Like the same way, even if it involves just a raw heuristic scripting, right? Like maybe the AI has a little tool that it can call to check if each citations actually exists. Like, well, it's just an engineering problem at this point. My concern is more about, like, is the AI actually going to be able to, try some new reformulation of an equation or some physics, like assumptions or something, to pave the avenue towards a new breakthrough. That's where I'm more cautious. Those concerns are not hypothetical, as we have previously covered. Yeah, in 2025, the Journal of Science found that researchers using large language models to write papers increased their output by 30 to 50%, depending on the field. But those AI-assisted papers performed worse in peer review. Papers with complex language written without AI assistance were more likely to be accepted by journals, while papers with complex language likely written by AI models were less likely to be accepted. Well, yeah, reviewers apparently recognized that sophisticated prose was masking weak science. Mm. It is a very widespread pattern across different fields. There's a big shift in the current there's a big shift in our current ecosystem that warrants a very serious look, especially for those who make decisions about what science we should support and fund. Another analysis of 41 million papers published between 1980 and 2025 found that while AI using scientists received more citations and published more papers. Wait a minute. 1980? Ah, like, okay. I guess they only took the AI using papers of the last 2 years, right? And all the other papers too, all the non-AI. The collective scope of scientific exploration appears to be narrowing. Yeah, and that's one of the problems of these LLMs is that, they're going to give probably too much weight to what's in their training data, which is the past, and the past approaches, the past, assumptions, and stuff like that. Lisa Messeri, a sociocultural anthropologist at Yale University, told Science Magazine that his findings should set off loud alarm bells for the research community. Science is nothing but a collective endeavor. There needs to be some deep reckoning with what we do with a tool that benefits individuals but destroys science. Mm-hmm. Okay. OpenAI is serious about learning on its ability to accelerate science, and the company laid out its case for AI-assisted research in a report published earlier this week. It profiles researchers who say AI models have sped up their work, including a mathematician who used GPT 5.2, yeah, it was a few weeks ago, to solve an open problem in optimization over 3 evenings, and a physicist who watched the model reproduce symmetry calculations that had taken him months to derive. Mm-hmm. Again, that's like, useful for narrow tasks. Not unlike for what we do with coding, with programming. Oops. Uh, those examples go beyond writing assistants into using AI for actual research work, a distinction OpenAI's marketing intentionally blurs. For scientists who don't speak English fluently, AI writing tools could legitimately accelerate the publication of good research. Mm-hmm. But that benefit may be offset by a flood of mediocre submissions jamming up an already strained peer review system. I mean, yeah, look, same with the open source project, right? Like there will have to be some structural changes in how humans can submit contributions to things where because when those submissions are based on text, AI can do it, so you have all this AI slop, of course. So yeah, things will have to change, right? I don't think you will have to close everything though. It's just that I hope we'll find a way, right, to make sure we can continue have these institutions, and these projects open to submission, to contributions. But still, yeah, we need to find a way to unclog all the AI slop contributions in one way or another. And yeah, and for the AI science, I remember a few weeks ago there was like Terence Tao was like a very well-known mathematician, I think Fields medalist, so it's like the Nobel Prize for mathematics. And he said he put out some comments on some some like very hard mathematical problems that are very well known in the mathematics field. And he said that basically with GPT 5.2, one guy was able to propose a slightly a creative approach or like a changed approach to how to solve this one problem. It did not fully like, it was not a breakthrough, it was not a completely new result or whatever, but the way the GPT 5.2 did the demonstration or whatever was nothing that he had seen in this form, even though it was quite similar to something that the original creator of these like mathematical problems it was very close to one of his results, so I guess maybe the model took some inspiration there. But to an extent, it was a new, production around this mathematical problem that was, at least interesting to Terence Tao, who is this, very well-known field medalist, who is, a big deal in the mathematical field. So, it can be, I guess, useful for new avenues to an extent. It's not, but for sure, we're not at the stage where we can just, let the AI write the papers and boom, we have a breakthrough. Yeah, we're not we're nowhere near this state right now, even with GPT 5.2. MIT Technology Review that Vail told MIT Technology that his goal is not to produce a single AI generated discovery, but rather 10,000 advances in science that maybe wouldn't have happened or wouldn't have happened as quickly. Yes, I mean, in this sense, it's probably going to do like with coding, right? Like with programming, like AI programming allows lots of people right now to produce small apps, small scripts, small, web pages that they couldn't have done by themselves before, or it would have cost them, hundreds of thousands of dollars or something. And now they can have that very easily with just, a few prompts. Well, I guess it makes sense that it could be like there could be a similar phenomenon happening in science. Maybe there would be some, good low to medium quality, but still, small scale scientific advances that would have been enabled, that probably will be enabled by these AI driven scientific, enabler that is the LLMs basically. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting positive impact because, of course, people like to emphasize on the negative impacts of all the AI slop and the slop contributions and whatever. But we also need to look at the positive impacts, and I guess the positive impacts will be like in programming, similarly to coding and programming. It will probably allow more people to contribute and to make small little advances that will not be revolutionary, but that it's still good to have, I guess. He described this as an incremental compounding acceleration, and maybe probably like similar also with programming, it will also allow probably the scientists themselves to become more productive and to if they use it responsibly, of course, to make more discoveries, make more breakthroughs, through the automation of the small annoying tasks that they have to do across their scientific work. Whether that acceleration produces more scientific knowledge or simply more scientific papers remains to be seen. Well, I think it could be both. Huh? Nikita Zitovsky, a statistician at USC Berkeley, not connected to OpenAI, told the MIT Technology Review that GPT-5 has already become valuable in his own work for polishing text and catching mathematical typos. making interaction with the scientific literature smoother. Yeah. Yeah, you see, it's like, it's just that you need to have actually real scientists using this tool responsibly, and they just need to know, the extent to which it can be useful and its limits. And then you can just have increased productivity, and that can be fine. But by making papers look polished and professional regardless of their scientific merit, AI writing tools may help weak research clear the initial screening that editors and reviewers use to assess presentation quality. Well, I guess the screening will have to evolve, right? Yeah. The risk is that conversational workflows obscure assumptions and blur accountability, and they might overwhelm the still very human peer review process required to vet it all. Yeah, for sure. But things change with the technology as the technology advances. Like, it's not something new. But now appears aware of this tension. Its public statement about Prism emphasized that the tool will not conduct research independently, and that human scientists remain responsible for verification. Still, one commenter on Hacker News captures the anxiety spreading through technical communities. I'm scared that this type of thing is going to do to science journals with AI generated bug reports. What? Okay, what AI generated bug reports is doing to bug bounties. We're truly living in a post scarcity society now. Yeah, at least when it comes to these text based activities. Except that the thing we have in abundance of is garbage and is drawing out everything of value. Yes, we will have to adapt to this. But let's also not forget about the good side, is that it will enable more things too that were not previously available to people, or it will increase their productivity too. But yeah, we'll have to we'll have to take care of all these abundance of slop contributions for sure. Last topic, I found this funny. The US Cyber Defense Chief, so CISA, accidentally uploaded secret government info to ChatGPT. How ironic. How ironic. Congress recently grilled the acting chief on mass layoffs and a failed polygraph. Allowing critics, the acting director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, Madhu Gotu Mukala, accidentally uploaded sensitive information to a public version of ChatGPT last summer. According to 4 Department of Homeland Security officials with knowledge of the incident, Gotu Mukala's upload of sensitive CISA contracting documents triggered multiple internal cybersecurity warnings to stop the theft of unintentional disclosure of government material from federal networks. So the funny thing is that CISA's whole job is to talk about and disclose the cybersecurity vulnerabilities of most software that is used by American citizens, I guess, and American companies. This is their job. And here you have the chief of the agency that does the most fucked up, stupid cybersecurity thing ever. He put sensitive government info in ChatGPT. God damn it, dude. Gotu Mukala's upload happened soon after he joined the agency and sought special permission to use OpenAI's popular chatbot, which most DHS staffers are blocked from accessing. Oh boy, he used this privilege to do that. Wow. Instead, DHS staffers use approved AI-powered tools like the agency DHS chat, which are configured to prevent queries or documents input into them from leaving federal networks. Crazy stuff. Ah, yeah. He also laid out lots of people. Okay. Bon, voilà. I just found the story funny. End of the tech news. Chill coding it is. Chill coding and other things. because Hmm, what could I work on? What could I work on? Mm, Have you started writing the articles you want? No, I've been too busy editing the clips right now. I think I'm finally going to uh, catch up my how do you say my catch up my lag, my oh yeah, my delay. Because basically I've been trying to edit the clips of the previous streams, that I've done last week, and every time, of course, I do a new stream, so I need to catch up to the stream that I've done already and the ones before, and so voilà. I've been busy doing that. I've been also busy like learning about Blender. Yesterday I spent too much time trying to make the Blender compositor work for me because I didn't know it to do a backlight effect or like a weird effect for the thumbnails. Yeah, I'm not done with the editing of my video clips, but I'm close. Tomorrow, my objective is to publish like, or maybe tonight one also, but tomorrow my objective is to publish like 2 to 3 clips at least, and yeah, because I need to catch up to the latest each time. My objective is when I'm done with all the clips, I need to each time I do a stream, the day after I publish like 1, 2, or 3 clips with the interesting parts, right? With all my automated cutting, selecting, and then I can work on my apps, because I've not worked on my apps for a while, because I've been busy putting all the infrastructure in place for editing the clips. And so once I'm done, then I will be able to work on my apps, on the code, the regular code, right? I'll be also able to write some articles and to do some videos based on the articles, like opinion videos based on the articles. Yeah. It's just that the clips are very useful for me to be able to have, to like generate quickly done, um, not very hard to do, not very time consuming, video content that I can post every day almost, um, without much editing work. By just taking the bits out of the tech news section and just publishing a shorter version of that, cut it down version of that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not done yet. Show me your wallpaper. Ah, yes. Wait a minute. Uh, what do you see, Goncalve? I'm waiting for the Lazy Vim article. Yeah, I'm going to publish it at some point. Huh? Have you were there yesterday? Where I or maybe you watched the stream after. I did the what do you see? What do you see? What do you see, Goncalve? No, wasn't there. Okay. Yeah, so basically yesterday I asked Nat and Yannick what do they see here. and they took a while to see what is there. Is a real photo? No, it's not a real photo. It's just a character. It's a character that is in there. To see it, you need to go back to you need to go away from your monitor and squint your eyes like this, and you should be able to see it. But I'm not sure if you know. Yeah, but I'm not sure if you have the cultural reference in mind. This specific reference. It's a very specific reference. It's not a very well known character. It's just that I guess one time Yannick mentioned it, and so I remembered it, and so I saw this online, and I just upscaled it with Magnific AI. It's like generative upscaler. It is very good quality, and so to make it into like a 4K wallpaper. I'm making funny figures here alone at home, closing my eyes. But do you want to see? Do you want to see who is the character? Can't see shit. Okay, let me show you. It's this. Do you see it? It's more like voila. That's all. Silly cat. It's some gay reference stuff of the internet, you know? Oh, yeah. Bon. Um, mm, 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 mm. They received a new TV box from my internet provider. Very nice. Is the TV better? Android box is very good. Nice. Android TV. Yeah. I wished my TV was like a bit more smooth, you know, because I mean I paid my TV quite a lot of money, but you know the way it's not very smooth, like especially the apps, you know, that I use. And I'm like, how much do you need to spend into a fucking TV for it to be, you know, to have like a high processor, high RAM, so that it's smooth, even, you know? Like when I use the Twitch app on my TV, like to go back, you know, like to go into a channel or to go back, it takes so long, so much time. I'm like, oh, it's lagging like crazy. And it's purely a local problem, right? Like it's not the internet. It's not. Hello, Taras. Yeah, back. Now I have 500 megabits per second. Yeah, that's pretty good. Android TV is very smooth. It's a small Android box 4K. Okay. Pretty nice. Mm, 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 mm. What internet speed do you have? I have a fiber, so I think I should have minimum 1 gigabit per second. Yeah, but yeah, I guess usually it's slightly lower than that. It's like 800. I think my internet provider is telling me I have 1 gigabit per second. I'm not sure. Maybe it's more like 800 max megabytes down and 200 up or something. Yeah. Yeah, megabits. Yeah. Yeah, it's megabits. It's not megabytes. Megabits. Yeah, yeah, megabits. Mm. Mm. Bro. Mm. Ah, yeah, tiens, I need to do something for the config of your relay. Uh, social. How do I get to the uh, hmm, uh, um, in the socials content of the updating info, add. I need to take that from my GitHub. Mm. At the same time, there's not enough space. Mm, maybe I can just petit pois streams. Petit Ah oui, yes, I need to update this. My activity. What is my activity? I'm modifying the OBS overlay YouTube channel in the allocating section. Hop. Oh no. What? Clips. Oula. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's annoying. No, it's a bit fucked up. Hmm. Hmm. If I did four space left. How do I do this? Mm, mais what? Oh, vraiment? Mais what the hell? What the hell? Mais oh, what's happening? He doesn't want to. It's funny that what the fuck? It accepted. He likes when I have this, but he doesn't want to. when I change it. What the fuck? What the hell? Mm, me, what the hell is happening? 22. Bon, I guess I'll have to close this. Change it. It's funny that I was able to change it once, but not twice. Okay. Right. Okay. Bon, it's not very nice. It's not very nice. Uh, I guess I'll just stay like this. Bon. I guess when people go to my website, to my channel, if you're on YouTube and you go on Petit Pois, well, first, I don't have any videos on this channel. So, voila, you can see the channel, right? When I will have some videos, I guess I will first have the first video and then this below. So it will be okay still. Yeah. Right now, I only have videos here. And I realized in the last clip, I realized that my face was actually pretty dull. Like, so I tried to bump the contrast and the exposure a bit, and now, like, for some reason, Blender, the base Blender export tones down the whites quite a bit. If you notice, so that's why the thumbnails look a bit low light and dark compared to what will come after. Yeah, here I forgot to update the image. Might be SDR versus RGR. No, I think it's like a cinematic format color management stuff, and I just put it back into a standard RGB computer color, and it fixed everything. It's just that for some reason, when I imported like a logo like this that was plain white, it would not output plain white. It would output this like dull white here. Look, like in this thumbnail here. And I didn't realize it before I actually tried to put side by side like a thumbnail of some of the YouTubers I watched and my thumbnails, and I was like, wait, my whites are not popping as much. Why is that? And then I was like, hey, damn, yeah, there's something wrong here. So yeah, now I got it. I mean, so basically my Blender itself was toning down the colors, and for my face, also my camera was not like I didn't I didn't properly. The camera itself was a bit dull, so the faces are a bit dark. So you know, like if you put the Blender dullness on top of the camera dullness, it was pretty dull. You know, like for example, I can show you. I added color grading, you know, like without the color grading, it looks like this. And with the color grading, it looks like that. And it's a bit better, right? Especially this one. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it's way better like this, actually. You know? I guess it's a little bit more saturated and exposed. So, you know, I guess some parts of my, like some reflections here and here appear like are clipping or something. But I guess usually it's not that obvious. Well, sometimes it is obvious, but you know, I still need to manage all of this. But just in general, it's, you know, the colors are more lively, right, than before. Yeah. Hello, Gab. Hello, Gab. How are you? Sorry, Gab. I didn't see your message. How are you, Gab? Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I did the tech news just before, and now I'm just chilling. You know, I'm wondering what I can work on, and I'm not so sure. Did you end up subbing to Cloud Code? Yes, yes. Right now, I'm subbed to Cloud Code and ChatGPT Plus. Because like ChatGPT 5.2 is pretty good, and the limits are way higher than Cloud Code. You know. So yeah, I disabled my cursor subscription, and now I juggle between Cloud Code and ChatGPT Plus, and for codecs, you know. So yeah, and yeah, the codecs limits are very nice. They're like at least 2 or 3 times larger. You know, like the 5 hour limits and the week limits. Yeah, they are way larger than with Claude. I'm yeah, and I guess the quality is a bit like the output quality is good too. It's just that the CLI is not as comfortable and well, you know, rounded as Claude Code. But yeah, I think the model is fine. Who's larger, OpenAI? Do you mean in terms of what? The model? I think both models are very big. Ah no, the limits. Yes, OpenAI limits are way higher than Anthropic's limits for you know, the Claude Code CLI tools. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, so Claude is this. This is Claude, right? And the limits of Claude here are like, usually when I do like 10, 15 prompts, I have maxed out my, you know, for like code changes in a repo. I have maxed out my 5 hour limit usually. The weekly limit, usually I don't consume all, but by 5 hour limits with Cloud Code, I definitely consume it. For Codex, this is Codex. With Codex, I think I haven't even hit the 5 hour limit yet. Anytime. Even after like, I think I hit like 50% once. But it's, yeah. You can just code without thinking too much about it. And also the nice thing is that I guess Codex can think like Codex high, you can dial the thinking. And so if you want it to think a lot, you can make it think a lot. You know, if you want a long but high correctness output. You know, a bit more than Claude. Claude is way quicker. Okay. Someone at work also told me the Claude code limits are so low that it's up to the $100 per month. Yeah. I mean, that's basically why I'm taking. I took ChatGPT Plus because I needed another one, another subscription in addition to Cloud Code because the base limits are pretty low. But I'm not ready to pay $100 per month. So for Cloud Code. And also, you know, I wanted to test another model, right? But like right now, Cloud Code plus Codex for $40 per month is good enough for me, you know? Like it fulfills most of my current needs. Bon, right now I'm not heavily coding an application either. I'm mostly coding my add-ons that I use on Blender to edit my videos, you know, to like automate the editing. So I'm mostly coding this. Well, I do code every day though, you know. I make changes to these add-ons every day. And I still end up maxing Cloud Code pretty often. But with Codex, I can just, yeah, be without without care. No more cursor for petit pois. Exactly. No more cursor. I stopped using cursor, yeah. And you know, I've seen other people, developers that said that they stopped using cursor just because Cloud Code is good. You know, um, also code. I mean, I guess Codex. I've also heard people using anti-gravity. People are happy about anti-gravity too. Even though I guess now anti-gravity has stopped being free, right? Like I don't remember. Did they add some pricing now? I use the internal tool called Code Puppy. Interesting. It's just if another model comes out and it's so good, only cursor has this edge. I mean, yeah, cursor has access to everything. So yeah, if you just want to have one you know, solution for everything, yeah, cursor is good for that. Ah yeah, public review. It's still in preview. 0. Unlimited tab completion, unlimited comment, generous developer plan via Google AI Pro. Yeah, so they are doing the stuff. Get plan. Okay, so now it's included in Google AI Pro at least. Good. I think at some point I'm probably going to try Google AI Pro too, but it's just that right now I've heard so many people criticizing Gemini 3 Pro and even Flash sometimes for like occasionally having weird interactions, and I even had some weird interactions with Gemini models sometimes. And I'm like, that's weird. Like the other models don't get me this weird reaction, you know? So, but I guess if Google fixes this, and I guess that also why they are still saying that it's preview, it's a public preview, right? It's not the real thing, it's a preview, you know? It's because it's not very good yet. It still has some rough edges, right? It's a preview. And I guess I have heard developers say that Gemini models, Gemini 3, do some weird stuff sometimes. So, you know, I would like to wait for like Gemini 3.1, just, you know, for good measure. And then I could try the Google AI Pro for a month or two, just to feel how it feels, you know? Oh yeah, I'm also using I'm actually using Flash Gemini 3 Flash sometimes, but through open code. I buy some credits in open code in Zen, open code Zen, and I use Flash through open code to power my Blender add-ons to like analyze the captions and condense some timeline in blend timeline video editing strips in Blender. I generate captions with Whisper, with Grok, with a Q, and I tell Flash through open code to analyze the captions and make a shorter video, inside the Blender Python API, which is very well documented. So that's very nice that I can do that easily. So I do use Gemini models actually, but I actually use them through the API. Ooh, I need to update my activity. I have Pro because I pay them for storage. Really? Because I have a Google One, but I don't have a Google AI Pro. So I pay something like 20 or $30 per year for like 200 gigabytes something. But I don't have the Google AI Pro. I also subbed to Google. My soul is sold. Very nice. I mean, I'm okay with Google, you know? I'm okay with I don't think that Google is particularly evil. It's just that Google to me just appears to be like a big bureaucracy, they don't mean harm. They are not predatory like a Zuckerberg can be, I feel like, but they're not the best at coordinating, I feel like Google, like they're a bit slow to unwrap things. Like the one thing that I don't like about Google services is that they're sometimes like all around and they're not very integrated and they're not, like they took a while to come up with their Google AI Pro subscription, and it's not even yet fully integrated with the Google One stuff. You still have to add this Google AI Pro on top of the Google One that I have. Uh, and I would have liked to have like a little discount, something on the Google, like on the Google AI Pro subscription. Like if you are already a Google One subscriber, I would like to have a little discount on my Google AI Pro subscription, because like I'm already a customer, I already pay you for storage. Can you give me a little discount? Even just $5 off, but no. It's as if they are different companies inside the same company. They cannot put everything on the one subscription. It's too hard for them. A 5T tier. Wow. What do you store? 5 terabyte tier. Yeah. I should have started offloading. It is very evil. Decades of photos and plus videos. Yeah. There is no way to get it back from them. I mean, yeah, when you have several terabytes of, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, yeah, me, like, I just treat my Google storage as an emergency, like important stuff I don't want to lose if my PC drive dies, right? Like it happened 2 times in the last 5 years where I did lost everything once. I mean, no, I did not lose everything. It's just that the drive, because it was a Samsung defect, the drive would turn unexpectedly to the factory defect. It would turn itself in read-only mode after like 2 years of use, basically. So I still got my photos and my data back, but yeah, because I could still read it. It's just that I could not boot the Windows, because to boot the drive, you need to edit some part of it, and it was in read-only mode. So I could not boot the drive. So I had to put Windows on a separate drive and access the read-only drive from this one. But yeah, it just learned. Yeah, I just learned that yeah, it's good to have some backups, some backup files for the important stuff. Yeah. Also, I don't have that many photos and videos to store anyway. So yeah. At some point, I would store my iCloud photos in a big hard drive, but I sold my soul to Apple too. So many souls sold. Yeah, there's Google Anti-Gravity. There's two other ones that I have in my mind that I would like to maybe give it a shot, but actually, the big boys are good enough for my needs, I think. It's AMP code. They also have a CLI. And AMP is actually free. Like, you can use the ad. There is like an ad-based CLI that is free to use. If it's just ads powered by the ads. And I think it uses Sonnet or something. But I'm probably not going to. Also, because at the beginning, they had this very annoying fog about what models they were using under the hood. Like they just wanted you to trust them that they were going to use good models. And no, sorry, I don't do that. I don't trust you to use good models. Sorry. Well, since then, they actually created a page to show which model they use for which task or whatever, which is better, right? But you still can't choose the model. And they have this weird title, librarian search or Clawdbot. Why not? At least they're a bit more transparent. But yeah, probably not. I In an ideal world, I could try it more, but I probably won't. And there's also Mistral Vibe. Well, Mistral Vibe, I don't understand their pricing. Mistral, their subscription should be at like $10, because their models are not, especially the bigger ones, are not as good as the state of the art, right? I already have NAS and Google Cloud Archive storage, but I just need to start offloading. Yeah. Same. I also want to offload it, but I don't like this idea of having a loud NAS at home. Yeah. Vibestral. Yeah. Vibestral, because the models are just not on the same level as the three big boys of that I plan to potentially use in the next few months, which is Gemini, Anthropic, Claude, and GPT 5.2. Their models are just not good enough for these kinds of agentic coding stuff. I'm not going to pay $15 for a model that is just even if you look at the benchmark, like they're clearly behind, right? $10 per month would be more reasonable when it comes to the performance of their models. But and they are mostly good, I feel like, for the cheap small models, even though nowadays with those Chinese models, like it's so hard for them to compete, because the Chinese models are just offering free tokens to everyone for a few quarter of a cents per million token or whatever. Like they have the Chinese have come up with some crazy good models at crazy low prices. Um, Mistral's models are not bad, right? They're pretty good, but they're pretty good based on what was there a year ago. You know, since then there's Kimi K2, DeepSeek 3.2. There's now a GLM 4.7 that is even free. Bon, the Mistral LMs are also free, so you know that's that. But like GLM 4.7 paid is also like crazy cheap. You know, it's like I know that their main business for Mistral is not to go full with the B2C. They work more on the B2B side. But you know, bon. They do need to be on all fronts, huh? Because the B2C brings the B2B in a way, right? Like when your employees all use the models from a certain company, of course, it's going to be more likely that the boss will hear good things about the company and that the boss will have a contract with this company that all the employees are using. And nowadays, all the companies employees are using Claude, right? Or GPT or Gemini or anti-gravity or something, you know? Or maybe some cheap Chinese models. They're not using Mistral's models to code, to do agentic coding, you know? And that sucks. Or maybe they use the cheap Mistral models to do some small, you know, like title generating kind of work, right? Or some very niche stuff like Arabic translation or something. But yeah, a bit sad. They have a window in Europe. Yes, in Europe, you know, they're the only big one, big player in Europe that does foundational models. So, you know, they do have this advantage. It's just that, you know, it's just that I don't like the fact that they make business only on the base of, oh, we need European sovereignty, you know, because usually over the long term, over the long, you know, over a long enough window, people don't care about sovereignty. They care about good quality products that are cheap, you know. And if Mistral does not offer this, at some point, shit is going to hit the fan, you know. That's not good. Recently, I watched a video from Michael Siebel and Caldwell. You know, like two Y Combinator partners. And one of the things that they said, and they were talking about like startups that grow enough to, you know, be one of the players in the market. And they say, and one sentence that one sentence that stayed in my mind is that they said like, yeah, so imagine your startup, you know, is making like 50 million per year or whatever. You are now the sixth or seventh biggest company in this market. uh you think you're doing good, right? Well, no, because actually, you know, most markets, especially in tech and in startups, they tend to consolidate among the top players, right? And so if you're the sixth or seventh biggest actor, that's not good for you, because you know the future will potentially be less about you and more about the top, you know, first, second, third actors that are trying to compete for the first place, while you will potentially start lagging more and more, and you will just get bought out, or you will just, you know, lose your customer base little by little, you know, just by the sake of the market consolidating. And I've also seen, it was last stream, I think, I looked at Andreessen Horowitz's State of Markets, like presentation slides where they were explaining how the AI market financing and bubble is probably going on. And basically, they did notice already in 2025 that there was an active consolidation of the revenues around the big players. So basically, Anthropic, OpenAI, Google are gathering in 2025 more revenues related to Gen AI than they did in 2024. In 2024, there were way more actors that were generating revenues from AI. Like no, the other actors were generating a bigger share of the revenue of the AI, AI related revenues. And in 2025, the bigger players, so the top three, basically, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, took a bigger share of the overall AI revenue. So it means that the AI market is consolidating. People are slowly, you know, abandoning the small players that they tried to interact with at the beginning of the AI market, and now they are just turning themselves to the players that have it big and that are going well, which is the bigger players. So and when I saw that, I thought, oh fuck, this is not good for Mistral, because Mistral is one of those mid players, that do not benefit with the that probably is not going to benefit from the consolidation of the AI market. Or maybe in Europe, right? But for how long? Like for how long will Europe? Because Europeans are stupid when it comes to economic policy, so they will never put out regulations to prevent states or companies from using a non-European AI company. They will let the same way the governments and the schools and whatever the European institutions and companies have been using Microsoft and Google and for forever for all their big contracts. They will not prevent that to happen in the AI space either, right? So it's good, the same causes will lead to some consequences. And yeah, Mistral is fighting, but will it be enough? I'm not so sure. They kind of preach become a monopoly or die. Yes, I mean, I guess in the startup world, it's kind of, yeah, build a moat. If you got no moat, it's not gonna be a $1 trillion business. But that's the startup VC game, not the only game in town. Yeah. Yeah, but when it comes to these big VC funded companies, it's kind of the rule of the game. And also consumers. It's consumers also, like if consumers did want to consolidate their choices toward a few big players, they wouldn't, but they do, unfortunately, you know? So that's just how it is. People get used to just, swapping between a few big names. And so, of course, if you are part of the few big names that people have in mind, right, when it comes to being a car manufacturer or an AI model, foundational model creator or something, a company, good for you because now you are in people's mind. And if they're not happy with their service, they will go to you. But if you're like the fifth, the sixth, the seventh in this big market, people are probably not going to treat you, with much care. I mean, the same way I see that even with my own coding experience, right? Like right now, I'm trying to juggle and to see what is the best between Claude, Codex, like OpenAI Codex, and Google, Gemini, Antigravity, and I'm like, okay, maybe next month I'll switch between this one, from Claude to Gemini or to Codex to Gemini. you know. But all the other players like Mistral, Amp, they're just too far behind for me to even contemplate having the time and energy to test, them in a thorough manner, because I have just so much energy, so much time to invest into testing tools, and so yeah, I can test 2, 3, 4 tools maybe, but I can't test 10 tools. I can't test 8 tools, 7 tools. That's too much. AI has a problem creating that mode currently. Currently, the mode being built is a subscription. Yeah, true. It's also the huge brand attachments. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, brand attachment. I'm not so sure the brand attachment is that big. Well, even though I do get sometimes to ChatGPT thinking, okay, I know that it will respond in this way, so I like it better. Gemini, I guess I go more for the search aspect, you know. So yeah, maybe there is some brand attachment going on. I do go for Mistral, mostly for like small tasks, because I know the models are weaker, but they're very fast. So usually when I have like a small task, like syntax based, for example, or I want to tell it synonyms or whatever. I want it to tell me synonyms for a word. I usually go to Mistral because it's fast, and I get the answer right away. But yeah, just that. Voilà. The low grade, and I mean, to be fair, it seems that Mistral also knows that they might have an advantage at min-maxing, right? Like maximizing their small models because they are very active into the small models. It's just that at some point, when the Chinese models and the Chinese companies will just start to, do heavy PR campaigns in the West to, ease the discomfort that Westerners have toward Chinese companies, being from a communist dictatorship, once they succeed at appeasing this image and redefining their image in the West, people will just use the cheap Chinese models for the small tasks and for the big task also probably. For example, OpenAI has a lot of data on me, and I know I could just ask some work question that would be so easy for him to answer. But if I ask, let's say Google, they don't know shit yet, so I'm a bit sticky to OpenAI. Yeah, I see. I did to have this be less of a problem. I did create like a standard who am I system prompts, that I've copied through OpenAI, Gemini, Mistral, Claude. So they should all know like who I am, what I'm working with, my tech stack, what I want to do, my passions, just so that I can quickly get, to one or the other. To yeah, to try to work against this stickiness. I prefer Perplexity for search. Yeah, oh yeah, sometimes I also use Perplexity. Even though Perplexity, I feel like they nerfed the deep search a little bit, or maybe the native search, something. Like, I remember a time where like one search gathered like 50 sources or something. And now they're only gathering like 12 source, 18 source, like, well, okay. Especially compared to the ChatGPT deep research that gathers like shit ton of sources compared to Perplexity. And same with Google, lots of source from Google, the Gemini deep search. brand doesn't Google, Microsoft, Elon, and actually OpenAI somehow did create a brand early on, but the 50 other smaller players. Yeah, right. Maybe Alibaba in their markets. Yeah, I mean, like who is going to use Klein code or even like Aider? But Aider might keep all the open source Libre people. Because Aider is in this vibe. But like, who's going to use Klein code long term? Who's going to use I don't even know the other ones. I forgot about them. It's so many. Maybe the Chinese companies don't care about the West as much. Can make good money in lower econ markets. Mm, maybe, but I think they can also make money in the West if they cared enough, right? Like it's just maybe it's not their priority right now. Yeah, I should just copy the memories. Yeah, yeah, that's what I did basically. I mean, a little bit. Or I update. I also edit the memories because sometimes like they create memories about random conversations that I don't care anymore. So I just make sure I clean the weird memories. GPT takes forever and also annoys me with follow-ups. Yeah, do you want me to do this next after? Yeah. Gemini we take a liberty to shift focus into a different direction. Yeah. Gemini. Gemini sometimes, yeah, sometimes Gemini still has some weird reactions. Like, for example, one day I asked it to analyze like a Mr. Beast thumbnail or to analyze a thumbnail I did in the light of Mr. Beast rules for thumbnails. And he's starting talking about, yeah, so there's this big drama about Mr. Beast, it's very bad. And I answered like, why are you talking to me about this? I didn't ask you that. And then Jamie was like, oops, oh yeah, sorry, it's because recently there's been some drama about Mr. Beast, so I just uh, thought it was your query was related to this. No, it was not. I just asked for the fucking thumbnail analysis. What the hell are you talking about? Like it's only Gemini that has this weird like has a little pété un câble. Hey, yeah, Klein Aider Open Code Extra are for the OSS Eng people. Yeah, yeah. I mean, open code. Yeah, kinda. Too. Yeah, yeah. Perplexity fast and on point. No follow up question. If I need follow up, I can do another search. Yeah, not so much as just being lazy for now. I would check. Jimmy would take a for good. I do like it for that, and other hate it. Yeah. No, the one thing I noticed with Gemini also is that since I put the special instructions into it, like about all the info about me, now every time I ask it about something, it's like, oh yeah, given that your tech stack is a fast API and and you use Svelte, maybe you could do it this way. And I'm like, calm down. That's not. It's not related to my tech stack or whatever. Like, it's just a random question about something else. Yeah. It's like maybe I ask it, about I don't know, some studies about I don't know, some medicine or whatever. And then he will tell it, and at the end of the answer, it will say, "Oh yeah, given that you use Svelte and Fast API, do you want to create? I can give you advice to create a website about this medicine and an HTML page." No, no, I don't want to do that. No. I just wanted you to answer this. And it's like Gemini that does that. ChatGPT sometimes does it too, but less so. Yeah, it's funny. And I guess I'm just waiting for Google to fix this weirdness about the current Gemini 3 model before I want to actually test drive it with the CLI. Because last time I tested the Gemini CLI, it was not bad. It was actually pretty good, especially compared to the Cursor CLI back then. That was very very bad. Hmm. Mm, I still don't know what to do. You know what? I'm going to continue editing my little add-ons very quick because I have some things to add. Given that you use computer specs, yeah, you will appreciate and there is related to tech. That's why I think deleting it, but it says your appropriate technical details. I'm like, I'd keep it for now. I'd keep you for now. But when it says your appropriate technical details, I'm like, I'd keep you for now. Ah, yeah. You do appreciate the glazing, right? Like, okay, you're nice. I'll keep you around. Okay. Continue licking my feet, please. That's slightly comfortable. I will not fire you yet. What do I need to do here? I need to change. So there is a problem with the audio processor add-on. Oh, wait, let me change this. Fixing some bug in my Blender add-on for audio processing the sound strips. Man, it's more like I'm giving you details that I'd give to a technical person. Ah, okay. I'm giving you details that I'd give a generic answer. Wait, you give the details or Gemini give the detail? I'm not sure what you mean here. Gemini. It's like this is just for you in the style you like. Yeah, because yeah, I mean I also do this, yeah. Yeah, so it has your technical styles and stuff. So the output is good basically. Okay. Yeah, like it knows what you like in as coding habits, what is a coding smell for you, etc. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think if there's one thing I should do more is put this all these coding details into the Claude.md and all the MD file, the agents.md and whatever. Maybe I already do. Maybe I already have it. I've mainly saved computer specs for a time I talked with it a lot about it before I bought installing after. Okay. Mm, In the audio processing add-on, uh, the replacing option does not actually replace the sound strips. I see that it currently just put the original sound strips in mute mode and um, put the new sound strips on top overlapping. That's not what I was expected. Please investigate and fix this. Search online for Leander 5.0 Python API docs if needed for to ensure code correctness. Up. And the only actual custom instructions is that I use Vim. It stops saying edit in another program every time or give me nano, which I don't know how to use yet. Yes. Yes, I think I actually had to do the same. Because I was also very annoyed. Just use nano, it would give me the nano commands, and I was like, my dear, I don't use nano. Okay. I use Vim, by the way, you know. So yeah, it's true. For copy paste commands, yeah, same. I think I won't be able to test the Blender add-on modifications while on the stream because it freezes my PC or something. I know it just takes very long, yeah. Because the GPU is already. I'm not even sure it uses a GPU. Wait, is it for the audio processing? Yeah, I should try. The fix is complete. That's what I changed. Alors, change made to create process strip at VSC audio add-on. Actually remove the original strip. Then from original strip mute to get true to said strips remove original strip. Yeah, and replace get true. Save property before removal. All original strip properties from start, from end, channel, name, and optionality. And I'll say before the strip is potentially removed. Yep. Well, the good thing about Blender is I can still do Control Z just in case. Keep original name when replacing. Okay, it's original now. Save in process and update UI text. Change original strip when to original strip will be removed. Prior diagnostic. I expected it. Yeah. Okay, very nice. Tiens, let me check. Let me use my Vim motions a little bit. Hunks, the git hunks. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Mm. What was that? I forgot. Yesterday, I taught Antigraph to look at the CI so it can wait for it and read logs by itself. Let's copy paste. Ah, very nice. The CI or the CLI? Or the command input? No. What do you mean by CI? I know CI, the CI, like CI, yeah, continuous integration. Yeah, okay. Ah, yeah, the pipeline, the deploying pipeline. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, the deployment. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, to see the the errors or whatever being thrown when it's deployed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good. It's already checking the resulting URL inside our browser. So yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, I guess that's what the skills are for, right? Like in I mean, I'm not sure if anti-gravity implemented the skills. Maybe not, right? Not sure. Or like Gemini. But that's typically something that the skills would be for, I guess. You know, when you have like a specific local tool that you need the model to be aware of. Add over resolution. I go for placement logic. Yeah, it is. Up. What did I do here? I don't remember. Captions add-on. What did I do here? It was assuming an immediate deployment and checking when nothing changed. Ah, yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, that's a big problem that they still have, right? Like they can like it's like I mean, I guess it's because in their world everything is text based and instantaneous. They 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 have no concept of time passing, right? So when they like, you know, every time they boot a server, they just wait for like half a second and they're like, okay, it's cool. The server has started. Very nice. My job is done here. And they don't wait for the actual service to start, you know, popping and all that stuff. It's quite annoying, yeah. Even in Cursor for a long time, it was such a well, I stopped using Cursor, so I'm not sure. But I remember with Cursor when I was deploying my apps, or no, and when I was testing just the apps locally, you know, there was like a few seconds before everything, you know, like for example, the build step would take a few seconds something, and it just didn't want to wait. it either didn't want to wait or it waited too long and it just didn't wait. It just waited for the CLI forever. And I was like, that's annoying. They don't know where to stop the the command output or something when they start a server or when they push to prod, I guess. Even the MCP servers are barely used, more agent instruction. Yeah, me either. I've never used any MCP yet because usually most of the info or the tools I want the LLM to use are either accessible on the internet, or if it's a database, for example, it can just write a command line to read the database, in the testing environment. So I don't need an MCP. I never used an MCP, and I never felt the need to use an MCP. Yeah, Petit AI says no. Yeah, no concept of time for nothing. Yeah, sometimes it makes a change. It assumes we are past it, but I want to talk about before the change. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Where he does these things, waiting for command completion up to 300 seconds. Ah, yeah. Different times only. Ah. Ah, so maybe in anti-gravity it's better. I mean, I guess probably in Cursor they have solved it, I hope. But yeah, it's I mean, I've not been coding on my web apps for a long time, so I've not actually started some servers with the my CLI tools yet for a long time. So I'm wondering how they manage it now, because like it seems to be it should be one of the one of the main features that they need to work on. It yeah, how like when you're in dev and local testing, the CLI should know like when to start the dev server to see if there's an error popping, you know, just waiting a little bit, but not waiting too long because I've tried two MCP servers, but they never have the exact command I need. They have 50 commands, but not what I need. Okay. Yeah, and also I've heard I've so I've not tried MCP for two reasons. First, because I never really felt the need. And second, because I've heard that a lot of companies who output their MCPs are just bloating the context window with all of their instructions and tool JSON, like they have like 50 tools or whatever. And you fit all of this at every prompt into the agent, and so it bloats the context window for nothing sometimes. So I'm like, maybe I really don't want to use the MCP, especially since I've never felt the need to use it. Even like for the, like for the docs or whatever, I'd rather, as with Claude here, I'd rather tell Claude or Codex, if you want to be sure that your Blender add-on code uses the correct, methods and properties or whatever, just go online, search online, how I would do it, search online for the Blender 5.0 docs for the Python API, and voila. And just search with Google what you wrote with your code here, and if just to make sure that you use the code correctly, you used like the endpoints and the properties and the stuff correctly, and usually that's enough to ensure code correctness for stuff like this. Mm. Ah, yes. It's for the yeah, it's for the fixed captions. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. I remember now. Oh, we know. Featured add variable change log to captions. Yeah. Okay, good. This is not current answer. What did I do here? Ah, yes, I went back to the one line. It was annoying. Okay. Simplify additional from property. Yeah. Text block is not native to Blender. No, not multi-line block, only one line in each. Support back to that for simplicity. Okay. Up. Alors, what do you need to do? I need audio processing. Silence cutting. Ah, yes, I need to remember the parameters. Auto caption, fix the captions with the prompt. Use this prompt, and I also need to make a Uber workflow add-on to bring all my add-ons into one add-on, one button click to process all my clips. I don't know how to do that though. Can I like first select the new search online, search on this code on the add-ons code base here in scripts in Blender, analyze a little bit what's going on, and tell me after also search and after also searching online for Blender 5.0 Python API docs and some threads, maybe, of people talking about it. If it's possible to pull some add-ons functionality from other add-ons, from another add-on. I would like to have, no, I'm thinking about creating a new add-on that would be a streamlined and combination of hmm, all other add-on present in this folder. A sort of Uber add-on that would be used on a single row clip, and that would procedurally lift the audio to -40 slots, then cut the silences, then adding generating the captions, then condensing the main the existing group of strips into smaller let's use the same vocabulary, smart condensing. This goes straight into smaller clips of, let's say, 3 minutes and 8 minutes. No, 8 minutes and 3 minutes. Put in channel. Let's see channels above actually. Preprocessed strips. Original here is. I just want to have an overview of the possibility of doing that and how it could be done. I do not want to duplicate the logic of each add-on here into this Uber add-on. That would be too much work to update those places each time I want to change something. I just want to know if I can call another add-on like functions, etc. from inside Blender with another add-on. Is this possible? Do not implement just lay down the technical details here. I really like the interface of Cloud Code. It's funny because I saw in a tweet that the Cloud Code guys actually manage the state graph of Cloud Code with React. Uh, Basically, like React acts as the state manager, the state graph, you could say, and based on that, they render the UI in the terminal was the second step. But to be fair, bon, it might be slightly overkill to do just this. But what's sure is that the UI is nicely done. You know, it's like it's visually pleasing. It's you understand what's happening. It's not overly verbose. Like I don't know. It's compared to Codex, for example. I think Codex is slightly too verbose. I don't know. No, it's allowed. Oh, the annoying thing is in Codex that's so annoying is that you need to. I mean, maybe there's a setting somewhere, but no, because they don't have slash settings. Because I searched already. Like each time you open Codex, you need to allow it to use the internet, which to me is crazy. Because I ask the the agents to use the internet all the time to find the docs about everything. And Claude remembers when it has the permissions per repo, right? But Codex, each time I open, even in the same repo, I still have to do slash approvals, allow full access. Oh, so annoying. Okay, here's the technical overview. Your existing add-ons, yes, I have 6, yes, 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 yes. 3 approaches to call existing add-on. Call operators via VPI ops, simplest. If add-on is enabled, its operators are registered. Ah, very nice. Pros, no code duplication, uses existing UI facing logic. Very nice. Cons, operators designed for UI interaction may have model slash threading behavior that's awkward to change programmatically. And text requirements, all may fail. Import add-on or module, recommended. Once an add-on is enabled, its existing sys.modules and can be imported. If VSC audio processor in sys.modules, audio add-on sys.modules, VSC audio processor call standalone functions directly. Audio analyze loudness, audio pros. Direct function access, no operator context issues, can change synchronously. Direct function access can change synchronously. Okay, nice. Cons. Module name depends on how the add-on is installed. Module name depends on how the add-on is installed. What does that mean? Need to enter import errors. 3. Access via VPI types, registered classes. Access operator class if needed, but you can't call execute directly without proper context. Works for accessing class level attributes, but not useful for calling execute methods directly. Recommended architecture for Uber add-on. VS Uber workflow, check for dependencies of registration. Required add-ons. VSU processor, VSU scriptor. Key considerations. Thread model. Your add-ons use threading. First model operators for long tasks and tagging. The Uber has two options. Call the underlying synchronous function directly. Bypass the model wrapper. Or use operators with wait for completion via a state machine. Internal functions, but you can code. Most heavy logic is in standalone functions, text silence, environment, not buried in operator classes. The ideal the Uber add-on can call this directly. Wait, so the one that he recommended is the import add-on as module. Direct function access, chain synchronously. Two, current add-on function exposure. Most of the logic efficiency checks. The Uber add-on should verify all required add-ons or enable auto registration. Yeah, we can do that. Or refactoring suggestion. To make imports cleaner, you could have more move shared functions to a common module. Ura. Ah. Ura. Yes, you common. How do I install that? But this is an optional direct module access. This is entirely possible. Wait, but if I create if I do the for refactoring, how does the installation of those add-on work then? I can only install one file per, I don't know. And once installed, I think the files get copied to a Blender specific folder or something. That's why each time I change the add-ons, we see the change in the Blender UI. I need to uninstall and reinstall the add-on. Like, what happens to the VLC common files in this scenario? Search online if needed. Voilà. Just with this conversation, I went from 13 to 28% in just like one prompt. For the 5-hour limits. Oh, does Blender pull all the modules? I'm not sure. I don't know. I have the full picture. Here's how multi-file add-ons work. Multi-file add-ons, how it works. You're right about single files, but there's the zip options. Ah. Oh, that's annoying though. Blender supports two add-on formats. A single PY files, what you're using now, or a package installed as a zip. When you install a zip, Blender extracts the entire folder too. What's annoying? Blah, 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 blah. The package has been principal for breaks. Symlink. Well, no, no, no. No, 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 not doing Symlink. Script directory. Script directory. Ah, I can change the script directory. Remember? If you don't want to structure, the system module approach from my previous answer still works. And voila. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yes, you've add-on, but bicycle install works together add-ons is enabled. Yes, but there will be always enabled. Right up. All add-ons to be installed enable separately. No shared common module. From duplication. I could also make an add-on be the module that the other add-ons are using. But yeah, this is this module approach. It's pragmatic if you want to avoid restructuring. So the package approach is long term. It requires converting all your add-ons to one unified package. So yeah, it's not really that. Yeah, let's go with the module but sys approach. Yeah. Um, yeah, so let's go with the sys the module approach. But mm, but ask oh, okay. Ask me question before doing the plan. Inspect each add-on and ask me relevant questions. And ask me for the parameters of each add-on that needs to be defined. Do I keep that like as constants at the top of the file, I guess? That would be the easier route. I'm going to change it. At the same time, I don't want to have the entirety of the. And I equal them to this visual thing. Um, for example, what's the threshold in dB of the uh, yeah, no, there's too many parameters. Oh, how can I do this? What are you stuck with? I'm not stuck. I'm just wondering, what is the better approach? Do I hard code the parameters? Or do I add it to the UI? But I'm wondering if it's going to produce redundant code. Can I? Maybe I can just code. I don't know. Let's see. Inspection as screen. I'm wondering. Let tell me what is possible. I'm wondering how to manage the different parameters of each add-on before running the Uber add-on. Like, I want to minimize redundant code from other add-ons. Is it possible to have some sort of sync of the UI interface for choosing the params inside the Uber add-on interface of each add-on, like silence, cutting dB threshold, replace, or add below strips in audio processor, etc. Pick the easier one and you can upgrade later. Yes, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. Hello Tito, how are you? Params of each channel inside the. What is the easy route here? Because for each add-on to automatically process the correct strip on the correct channel. Etc. I need some specific params, I think. Automatically, surely. I am good. Very nice. Very nice. You appreciate watching me, Nat? Do you appreciate the cloud coding? I mean, it's more of a cloud brainstorming right now. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. Look at all those tokens. There's so many tokens. Look at all those tokens. I would like to know how to I would like to know how programming leak you. Don't worry, it's very easy. You do depending on your depending on you can do sudo apt get install cloud code, and that's it. I was eating and I typed wrong. Okay, don't worry, Nat. It's okay. It's okay to type wrong sometimes. It allows for a second of very humorous content, you know? When I read your wrongly typed message, everybody laughs. You know? You created this moment, Nat. I'm going to bed. See you. Okay, see you, Gab. See you, Gab. Bye bye. I'm very anxious, so I click in a lot of keys at the same time. Is wow. Don't worry, Nat. It's okay. It's okay to click in a lot of keys at the same time. Is now I have a clear picture. The now I have a clear picture is the new. You're absolutely right. Opus 4.5 loves to see this. Now I have a clear picture. I have the full picture. It's all good. Chinese was my keyboard, not my fall, not my foul. I know it's not your fault. Damn, I can't type one sentence without errors. Not right now. Right now, you are very tired. It's time to go to bed, Nat. It's too late. Okay? Time to go to bed. It's time in Brazil. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. It's time. It's time to go to bed, Nat. You're too tired. Okay? No, it's not. It is if you decide it is. You know? I will play GTA 4 soon. GTA 4? Do you after your Mario era? Are you starting your GTA era? Are you going to play GTA 1? You know the 2D game? And then GTA 2, and then GTA 3, and then GTA 4? No, okay. And then GTA 5. I didn't finish any Mario yet. Any 3D Mario. I mean, yeah, you did finish the 2D Mario. You speed run. You speed run the 2D Mario. GTA 2 was the best GTA. GTA 2, I don't even have GTA 2 in my mind right now. GTA 2? I have the GTA 3. What? Like GTA 2 was still the 2D also graphic whatever view, right? GTA 2. Yeah, 2D. Ah, yeah. You know, I think I played a GTA 2D like this. I don't remember if it was. I think it was on Game Boy Advance or something. Like they re-edited it or something. Either Game Boy Advance or Nintendo DS. I think it was Game Boy Advance. They re-edited the old GTA in Game Boy form. Yeah, and it was kind of fun, especially and like it was a friend of mine who had it on its Game Boy. So I remember it was in middle school, so I could play it. It was kind of good. Or maybe it was like a re-edition. It looked more like this. So I actually played this, not the original, but remastered GTA Advanced. Yeah. I mean, especially since back then, well, I guess I was in middle school, so it means that I was a minor. So there was not many video games with violence, in them. And GTA was for 18 plus. So I guess it was my first. So funnily enough, my first game where I was, allowed to play with unrestricted violence was GTA on some Game Boy. I don't remember which. I guess it goes to Game Boy Advance. And it was this 2D GTA like this. And I was like, whoa, so cool. I can kill the cops. And I can kill the pedestrians. That's so cool. you know? Can kill everyone. It's so nice. And then I played GTA San Andreas. After begging my mom to buy it to me, even though I was not 18, I was like 16 or something. But I was like, please, so cool. Yeah. And I'm wondering about GTA 1. No, GTA 1. Hey, voilà. Yeah. Huh. It was a bit 3D. No, this is like a remastered version, no? It looks too good to be from 1997. Damn, the jacket. And I think actually in the first GTA, the goal of the game was to steal cars, thus the name, right? Thus, no, it's not that. Then, no, there is a word that I wanted to use here. The, no, it's not thus. It's hence the name. Yeah, hence the name. Grand Theft Auto, because it was about you being a thief and stealing cars. You know, in my childhood, I play BMX. Don't search is not safe. Ah, it's a normal bike game, but every time that you pass a stage, a naked woman will appear. Wow, damn. No, the one game I played a lot is like on the Windows. It was the I played two games that I remember, like I have vivid memories. It was Midtown Madness. Midtown Madness. Wow, I played so much of this game. And I was so bad, I was so bad that I only played the cruise mode because I was very small. I was a child. So I only played the cruise mode and I played with the cops or whatever. But the the races, like the actual real game, I just failed because I just sucked too much. I was too young. I was like 4 years old or something. Midtown Madness. Oh la la, so good. Carmageddon? No, I never. There was Midtown Madness, and there's also like an old motocross madness. Ah, voilà, this one. Voilà, motocross madness, voilà. And this one. Oh, voilà, I remember this one. I remember this one, Motocross Madness, and like when you went too far in Motocross Madness into the decor, into the world, like they would explode you, like they would do, and and you would like throw you would get thrown in the air very high, very fast, and you would get back to in the middle of the map or something. It was funny. Oh, I remember this fucking game. There was Motocross Madness 2? No? I Carmageddon. What is this? Carmageddon. Carmageddon? No, I never played this. Damn. Ah ouais, that's like blood. There is blood. It's carved with blood. Yeah. I couldn't have. I couldn't. I could not have been, like playing this game. It was fun, though. Carmageddon. Blood. I played a game similar to this on PS3, though, where like you could add weapons to your cars and stuff, and you could kill the other cars in the race. Just because I just bought the BMX because I thought it would be a Tony Hawk with bike. Ah, yeah, I see. But then you were not it was not Tony Hawk, but you were not disappointed either, right? After all. You know the Micro Machine games? No. Micro Machine? Ah. Um Not like, I guess in France we didn't have that. In France it was mostly Hot Wheels. This this was Micro Machine. Mais non, Hot Wheels. No, Hot Wheels. I guess it's similar, right? Micro Machines tells me something. So maybe I saw like an ad or two for Micro Machines, but I don't have it in my memory a lot. Hot Feels. Hot feels. The easy route. All other add-ons published here. The Uber can reference existing public without duplicating definition. Hmm. No proper. You're drawing the exact same property code that the other different settings say in sync. If user adjusts silence threshold in either the silence scatter or the Uber panel, it's the same value. Okay. Graceful degradation as a checker. Just add one code proper into the Uber panel. Okay, I still need to add the modification to the Uber panel, but I guess it's good enough, simple enough. So minimal redundancy approach. Property definition. Keep it original. Rows. Erase. Yes. Proceed. Do you have other questions? Mm. Yes, especially um, for the smart condenser step. I'm wondering how to make the two. I mean, I guess no, I guess it could work because it's mm, just be. By the way, did you see Hightail? No. What is Hightail? Net. Ah, is it the anime with the girl that everybody is cosplaying? Ah non, Minecraft 2. Ah, Hightail. Hightail. No, I didn't see that. I am not aware. What is this? Purchase now. Hightail. Is it like Roblox Minecraft? Is it Mineblocks? It's Mineblocks or Rowcraft? Is this what it is? I'm a little surprised that you don't know this. Well, I'm not as aware of the new games that come out, except if some French streamers play it, basically. I'm not surprised you don't know this. It's very famous in 2018. Oh, really? I've never heard of this game. It's the first time I heard about this game. And this year they released. Oh. Sandbox, explore artificial workflow, and shape it block by block. Mm. It seems like mind blocks. Riot bought the company. Then they said, we are canceling ITL. Oh, really? Then the company bought again. Whoa. Really? And then they released this year. Oh. Ah, so the creators bought the game back from Riot? That's funny. This is the subtract. But yes. Wow. Ah ouais, 2020. Maybe. It's funny. Do you know, like back then, 2018? I mean, 2018 was probably not that far back, actually. But you know, like I remember when did Minecraft like was created? Minecraft release date. Oh wait, 2009. I know that's old. Way older. We released it in 2011. Yes, so now. Abstract, yeah. As a game. I bought this game. It's kind of cool. So is it a good game? Is it good? I have no one to play. Ah. It's online multiplayer. It's Minecraft, okay. With mods. Ah, okay. Yes, it is good. Okay. Ah, yeah, it's like RPG. Mini games, yeah. Yes, it's more RPG, okay. Watch videos together. Ah, that's funny. I mean, I know what people are going to do with this if it's not moderated. You know, some weird stuff, some weird worlds, and servers are going to pop, huh? Wait, paint the world, make movies, live scripting. Look, at least the trailer is cool. You know, it is just Minecraft after all, but yeah, they seems to be good. Yeah, the project seems to be pretty advanced. This trailer is so old that all the friends I planned to play this with have since forgotten about me. Really? Wait. Oh yeah. Oh wow. It's oh my god. It's this trailer is from 2018. It was published in 2018. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it's an old trailer. Watched that YouTube with my friend on Gmod. But the game is on early access, so a lot of things are missing. Ah, okay. Even 8 years after the release of this, not all of the features are in. 8 years. Well, I guess it depends how many people are working on the thing, right? I watched a lot of YouTube videos with my friend Gmod. Yeah, as I said, Riot bought the company. Why did they bought the company? Riot. Did they want to like? So they had to restart a lot of things. Ah, yeah. 2 weeks ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. We made it. So is the added value this scripting aspect? Live scripting. Like can you actually like create scenarios or whatever, like inside the server to have more interaction stuff? Well, even though I guess most people who, play Minecraft, they can do that too, right? It's just that there's lots of mods involved. Hightail, before you buy. Ah, tiens. What is this ratio? What the fuck? Hey, are people watching game ranks at the cinema or something? Like, what's going on? Ah. Hmm. So it's interesting that like this game was made by Minecraft modders, so in a way I can guess that there would be the best kind of persons to determine what would be a better version of Minecraft, right? Compared to the current Minecraft that we have that has lots of limitations and they take forever to add like a new monster or a new kind of cave or whatever. It's interesting to see like it's basically the Minecraft that the modders would have liked to have. And so just this alone is kind of interesting to me. Hypixel was a big server. Ah, that's the big the name of the mother's server was Hypixel. Mm. 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 I think it's it's well, I guess the interiors are not made, but the outside are pretty cool, pretty good looking. Teabagging reflex. Yeah, so it's really an RPG. It's less sandbox than Minecraft, which in a way seems like it could be a limiting factor, right, to the potential. Well, at the same time, I guess if their RPG is flexible enough, right, you can actually do a lots of things with it. But it needs to be because like the thing that made Minecraft famous is that it's a sandbox, right? So it's Minecraft again, yeah. Yeah. But Minecraft is not so much is not an RPG, you know? I guess they just added the RPG. But at the same time, yeah, you can just transform Minecraft into whatever you want with mods, right? Like you can even have if you want, you can make Minecraft into Satisfactory or Factorio with some mods, with what is the name of the mods? I don't remember. You know, so I guess it's the same here. The problem is that, of course, since Minecraft is like 20 years old almost, there's a lots more mods on Minecraft than on Hytale, because on Hytale there's no mods. I mean, yet, you know. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, I guess. Better in Hytale because you don't need to install things to play mods. Yeah, it's like they have mods. Okay, they have mods already. Okay. Hmm. It's funny the little animations on the block laying and mining. It's funny. Hmm. It's crazy, because when you see this, you can really appreciate how hard it is to build a game like Minecraft, at least to this level of uh, featureness, right? Because when Minecraft came out, there was just like the green biome, some trees. I think there was not even animals. You could mine wood, iron, and that's all. And that's why I remember when I was yeah, I think I was like in high school. I saw all these these Minecraft like games that were popping on the app stores and stuff like that. That were all very simple because Minecraft was itself very simple. Usually they were free, so people would download them. I would download them sometimes. But yeah, I mean it's crazy how big Minecraft has become. It's going to be hard for them because even back then, when Minecraft was not that good compared to now, there was way there was no biomes, there were no animals, whatever. Lots of uh games tried to make a new Minecraft 2.0, 3.0, whatever, and they all failed, right? Because Minecraft stayed Minecraft. So the fact that they have the balls to do that, but now that Minecraft is 20 years old and they're basically doing roughly the same, concept. It looks the same. It seems to be roughly, roughly the same. you know, they have balls, I guess. They have some balls because I wouldn't say that it's the most easy path towards making a video game to try to redo Minecraft. Balls, yeah. It's typically the kind of thing that you wouldn't have like it's unexpected, right? Because Minecraft is too far ahead. Minecraft is like the most sold game ever, right, or something. So it's an institution, it's like I don't know, it's like the UN, there's the United Nations, there's the US, there's Russia, and there's Minecraft. It's like the big forces of the world. So well, GTA, Minecraft. Well, it's like GTA, right? Like, are you really going to try to compete against GTA by doing a GTA like? I mean, I guess some people have, right? Ubisoft made, I guess, how did you call that again? Watch Dogs, right? Watch Dogs was like, okay, GTA like, but it was a bit different too. There was like a technology, hacker a twist to it that made it different. So it was not actually GTA. But this just seems very eerily similar to Minecraft, just it's just Minecraft. Yeah, exactly. Even Watch Dogs is very different from GTA. Maybe like Mafia, but no, even Mafia is very different. Yeah, GTA is just GTA. Nobody even tries to reproduce GTA, right? Because it's like GTA is GTA, and voila, and that's all. Minecraft is Minecraft, huh? Uh, yeah, I mean, look, good luck for good luck to them, huh? Good luck to them with this project because wow. But at the same time, I'm really not a Minecraft guy too much. I enjoy playing Minecraft from time to time, but I'm not heavy into Minecraft. I had my Minecraft period sometimes. Like sometimes there's periods where I have my little Minecraft world and I just play it for like 50, 100 hours, I build my house, whatever, I build my base, and then I stop. And then I wait 3, 4 years, and then for a month I do it again, and then I stop. But we have a lot of GTA. Like, when will you buy? I tell I don't think same. Yeah, I tell. I guess I need to see more. But first, I need the game to be finished. You know, I'm not ready to be a playtester. And since I with the game ranks video here published 2 weeks ago, so that's very recently. It seems that the game is still not finished. There's work in progress signs everywhere. So the game is still not out. It seems, right? At least 2 weeks ago, it was not finished. So I don't think I will play this. Huh? Especially since, for example, in the French streaming ecosystem right now, there is one big streamer called Etoile who is actually playing Minecraft on his server with a Pokemon mod, And so basically, right now, all of the French streamers are playing Minecraft on this guy's server where it's a Pokemon mod, you know. Uh, so you know, people are playing Minecraft modded usually. Yeah, it's funny. It's called Pokerayu right now. Is the name of the server. But yeah, you know, and I remember, you know, there was QSMP also a few years ago with what is the name of this guy again? Somebody like this. QSMP. You know QSMP. There was also Dream SMP, whatever. I never bought Minecraft. No way. You never bought Minecraft? That? You don't have Minecraft? Ah, yeah, no, you are, okay, no, sorry. You play Minecraft. Yeah, you have it. Voilà. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, you have Minecraft. You just didn't buy it. Okay, I see. I also did that for some time. I think at some point I just bought the game because, you know, I knew that it was going to stay for long. Yeah. But I bought Hightail. You bought Hightail. So, you know, are you going to play Hightail? What was it cheap or something when you bought it? I feel like a traitor. Yes, it's like you played Minecraft, you never cared to buy, and you bought Hightail, a game that you never play. Yeah, that is funny. You know? Yeah. It's like it's actually very it's the gameplay equivalent of cheating on your wife, yeah. Mm. Exactly. Exactly. You play a game that you didn't buy, and you bought a game that you didn't that you don't play. It's funny. You know? Hey, sometimes humans are full of contradictions, you know? And it's okay. I played for 5 hours, Hytale. I mean, to be fair, I also played a Minecraft. I also bought a Minecraft alternative, but it was, I remember, a French Minecraft alternative. Let me show it to you real quick. It was named first, it was named Cubes 3D. Cubes, Cubes 3, Cubes or something. Cube 3D or Cubes third, Cube 3. No, game. Cubes, no. Stellar over, and it became Stellar Overload, but then the game stopped. I mean, no, Planets 3D. Yes. My friends are like, oh, I will play someday. And I don't want to be the asshole trying to call someone to play just because I spent money. But you know, I spent money just to play with him, and now I have no one to play. Ah, so you bought because of a friend of you. Ah, okay, I see. So you see that there was this game. Do you remember? Ah, oui, attends. Do you remember this game? This game got like a 6 months hype in 2018 probably, and I guess it was an interesting concept, I think, and also it was like the evolution of Minecraft because it was not based on cubes but on triangular shapes, I could make more complex things. And it was based on like a gravity or something. And you could have a planet. And it was a very cool. Uh, I think it was a French game, so you probably didn't hear about it. But in France, trailer. 60 reals. So sad. Press F to the chat for the reals. The concept was instead of a flat world, you had planets. You had planets and you could go from planet to planet. It was basically No Man's Sky. It was basic, like, I think it was the original thing that attracted lots of people was that it was Minecraft No Man's Sky, basically. You know? The Minecraft version of No Man's Sky, in a way. Unfortunately, like mid development, they switched to like some highly RPG fucking stuff. Like they went away from the sandbox, even though it's literally what attracted everyone to the game. They went away from the sandbox and they became this fucking stupid RPG, very like narrow kind of gameplay, dumbass game. And of course, nobody liked it. And then they stopped having money. Money disappeared because the founder didn't manage to raise the money needed to pay the developers. So up the game stopped and goodbye. And it was when it was at first it was called Planets 3D. I mean, it's Planets Cube. That was when it everybody was very hyped about, and then they renamed into Stellar Overload, which completely blurred the name of the game that people had in mind. And it was an RPG now, and nobody cared, and money dried up, and they closed the studio. Wow. In the span of like 2 years. Pretty sad. So in my head, I still have this game as like what a Minecraft of the future could have been like, with like triangle stuff like this. But unfortunately, it failed. Voila, they transformed it into this, and then it all went to shit. I don't know. And I bought it. I bought this game. I bought it. I think I still have it on Steam. you know? So I already believed, but it failed. Before you leave, yeah? I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave. Guess me. Guess me one. I'm not going to guess you now. Steam. Going to put this on your wish list. Super Battle Golf. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Is it like Worms? Is it like Worms, but in golf? I guess like golf with a friend, but real golf. Ah, okay. I'm pretty sure that the French streamers I watch are going to try it. Oh, so I will probably see some gameplay soon. Okay, I added it. And what is this sage? Frog wizards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I add it to my wish list too. We are frogs. We are frogs. We are frogs. And what is this other game that seemed cool too? I don't remember. Did I wish listed it? The one with the yap yap. Is it out? Is it full? Because it was a demo, I think, right? Before. Yeah, yap. Not yet. When does it come out? Ah, soon. 3rd of February. Yap. Yap comes out 3rd. 3rd of February. 3rd. In 4 days. Okay. So maybe I want because basically I'm sure all my French streamers will play it. So I want to see them play it because they like these kinds of silly games. You know, it just seems to be a better version of Majorina, maybe mixed with Little Company. So it can be good. If it's well done, it can be good. As one might say, right? If it's well done, it will be good. I'm talking like Hillary Clinton. America is great because America is good. Listen to me, my dear people. If you execute well, it will be good. I didn't know this is good. I played the demo. It's very nice, but also it's impossible to get money. Okay. Yeah, I never played Yap. It's just that to me, it seems to be a fun game to play multiplayer, similar to Lethal Company. But Lethal Company, yeah. Lethal Company, there's just too many mods. And people like to play with mods too much. And some people cannot restrict themselves with the mods. I feel like. I think it's really with the Lethal Company mods that I started to understand that balancing some games, the gameplay and the difficulty is a very, very fragile construct, like, because if you add some mods that make things too easy or too hard, the gameplay goes to shit and it sucks to play. It's really, yeah. Yeah, Peak. I have 70 hours of Peak. Ah, yeah. Peak. Yeah, Peak is a good game, for example. Peak is a good game. Oh, do you know what game I have 100 hours of now? Arc Raiders. I've played like since last weekend. I played 100 hours of Arc Raiders. And fun fact, I have not yet killed one player in 100 hours of Arc Raiders. I'm just a peaceful guy, you know? I just kill the Arcs. But yeah, I have not killed one player. And I've not, I think I've not even tried to fight back when people kill me, you know? I'm like, no, you got me. Goodbye. You know? I'm like, you got me, to kill me. I don't care. This is the game. I must accept my fate. I don't even try to fight back like, oh, you want to kill me? I'm gonna kill you. No, no, no. I'm just, no. Next time. We'll get him next time. Mission failed. We'll get him next time, you know? Voilà. Okay. Thank you, Google. So yeah. It's very funny, huh? Arc Raiders. I just like the PvE side of the game. It's, you know, and I can play Arc Raiders while I'm doing other things. You know, like while I'm listening to a podcast, I can play Arc Raiders, loot, and you know, fight the mobs or whatever. And sometimes it's a bit hard, right? Like some mobs, if they catch you in the bad places, you can just die. Just, you know, it's not too easy. It's not too hard. It's nicely, you know, it's nicely dialed. I could try someday. Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. You know, like now also, I think Arc Raiders is getting more regular players than all the big Call of Duty Battlefield games nowadays. I think I saw a video where I saw the number 800,000 concurrent players last month or something. So like Arc Raiders is getting of uh, a lot of players. I'm wondering if they could go free to play, and you know, if they continue to have as much players, it could make sense to them to become free to play at some point. You know, because they have the mass of players to make it worthwhile. But the only bad thing is that nobody seems to like the the skins that they propose. I mean, at least not that much compared to other games. I even didn't. I have plenty. I've earned plenty of like in-game tokens that I could buy the skins with, but nothing. I like no skin, so I don't buy anything. I just have the default skin, and it's fine. It's funny. I heard that Brazilians are little assholes in our creators. Yeah, I mean, so the nice thing is that for the most part, it might not work as well all the time, but for the most part, the game actually has an aggression based matchmaking, which means that if you are peaceful, you will probably, very probably, be matched with other peaceful players. And that's what happens to me because I'm not aggressive at all. I don't shoot at people. And when people shoot me, I don't respond. Basically, I should have a peaceful guy flag somewhere or level, you know, rank. And basically, I'm mostly matched with other players that are also very peaceful. And so in my lobbies, everything is very chill. There's very little PvP. Yeah. Sometimes I do get fucked in the ass, but I'm wondering if it's just people trying to game the, you know, this to have free loot, to get into friendly lobbies to kill. Yeah, but it's pretty rare. Like I die very rarely from other players, whereas other aggressive people they get into PvP lobbies all the time, and you know it's like shoot on sight and stuff like that. In my lobbies, everyone is chill. Like 99% of the people in the lobbies I have are very chill. They're just looting. They, you know. So yeah, and this is nice, you know, because if I was only matched with PvP lobbies, I think I would have stopped to play this game. You know, because I don't like the PvP. If I could disable the PvP, I could have probably done it. You know, I really don't like the like that's not something PvP. That's not something I enjoy at all in the game. It's a big part of the game, or it should be a big part of the game, but because of the aggression-based matchmaking, I can just you know, play chill, and I have other chill people with me, and it's good. I like it, you know. So yeah, it's pretty. I'm pretty satisfied. And you know, and it's just like, so I guess it's either the game that just throws at, you know, that maybe once in a while it just throws a PvP player in the friendly lobby just to keep you on your toes or whatever. Or maybe other possibility, maybe some players who are very aggressive and toxic play nice for like five um, 5 rounds or whatever, just to have their aggression based matchmaking level lowered, and then they go into the sixth friendly lobby, and then they kill everyone and they loot everyone, you know. It's probably what happens too sometimes. So yeah, but you know, like for the most part, like I get one aggressive player every like 20, 30, 40 raids, you know, that kills me or shoot at me at some point. Sometimes I can escape, but sometimes I can't, because you know, they just shoot me in the back and they're already close. Uh, Sometimes they just shoot me at the distance just to, I don't know, to poke or something. Then I can just flee. But yeah, could be, yeah. So you know, it depends. But roughly speaking, you know, it's good enough so that I enjoy the game. And I guess it's just in some raids. It's like in some maps, in some, you know, like, because the maps have options or whatever. Sometimes I feel like I meet people who like are not used to nice people, you know, and so they're very surprised when I'm nice, you know. Like for example, I had one map that has like a special modifier on it, and when I went into it, I met a guy that was like, "Oh, look at this backstabber! He's going to backstab us or whatever." Yeah, I was like, "What? No, I never PvP. I'm just here for killing the arc, the monsters, you know." And it's like, "Oh yeah, 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 for sure." I'm like, dude, what kind of lobbies are you into? Like, what the fuck? I never get. I mean, I very rarely get backstabbers. But, you know, this guy was like harassed by backstabbers all the time. It seems, you know, and I was like, where are you? You know, where do you come from? That's funny. I was like, no, like I've never killed one person. You know, in 100 hours of game. And it's very funny because it really shows you, like it really shows to me, and I guess to everyone, that this game can accommodate so many types of players, you know, contrary to like games like Overwatch or games like, you know, CS:GO or Escape from Tarkov or whatever, where, you know, usually the for the FPS shooter game you need to be hardcore, right? Like you need to be like, you want blood, you want blood, you know. But here, no, you can literally play like a solo player doing PvE, you know, um, and the game will match you with similar people, which is pretty cool. I just disagree with Overwatch in this list, but yes, yeah. I mean, Overwatch, yeah. I guess Overwatch is a bit more of noob friendly. True, 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 true. Yeah, it's not as hardcore as CS:GO or Escape from Tarkov. Yes, 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 yes. I even played some Overwatch, but I stopped playing Overwatch because people were toxic to me too much, you know? Even though I was just starting, I was a beginner, you know, and I was bad, I guess. But I just wanted to have fun, you know. But because you know, like at some point, I kept like muting the chat because I was just so annoyed at people, you know, like being insulting and toxic, and I was like, dude. And then I was like, why am I playing this game to be anxious each time I launch the game about the chat? Like, let's just play another game, you know. So that's I think mainly why I stopped playing Overwatch, because every time I launched a game, I was like, oh, there's probably going to be some assholes insulting me in the chat, and I just don't like that. I never selected people in Overwatch, but at some point I muted everyone because I was feeling bad playing bad. Yeah, I mean, I think it was the similar. I was a new player. I never played FPS shooter. I never played hero shooter. And of course, I didn't start playing Overwatch when the game came out. I started playing Overwatch a few years after, you know. So I guess there was already a lot of experienced players, and even in the beginner stuff, I guess there were still lots of experienced people. And I was just a complete beginner in FPS shooter, and you know. But yeah, it was I was too bad for even the other beginners, I guess. So you know, it was just frustrating to not have a good time. I do this in all the online games. I hate the chat because everyone just uses to be toxic. Yeah, same to me. Yeah, right. I mean, and you know, our creators is the one game where everyone, instead of being toxic by default, are friendly by default. I mean, at least in my lobbies, you know, people are friendly. Like when you cross another player in our creators, in my lobbies at least, I say hello. I say hello, and people are like hello, or they say don't shoot, and I'm like no, I'm friendly. Don't worry, I'm friendly. You know, hello. And they say, oh, do you want to kill this mob? Do you want to kill this? Do you want to go from this mob, from this mob? Yeah, we can kill it together if you want. No, you know, and we help each other. Or somebody is down and you can revive him, or you can heal him and help him get back to the extract while he's crawling. You know, when you don't have a revive item. You know, so you know, like you can be friendly. You can be friendly because it's a PvEVE, PvEVP. You need to collaborate, and you can be because the monsters are attacking you. You know, it's not only the players; it's also the monsters. And so sometimes the players that are being killed are being downed by the monsters, and so you can help them get away from the monsters or getting back to the extract. You know, to keep their loot, right? And it's very nice when you can help people like this. You know, like I had several times where I helped other people getting back to the extract, and I was helped also by people. You know, so it's a like the general vibe of our creators is very nice, very friendly, and sometimes, I mean, for me, in my lobbies, because I'm not aggressive at all, I'm very peaceful. Yeah, so in my lobbies, most of the vibe from other people I get is very friendly, very helpful, and from time to time, once in a while, you have an asshole that will just, you know, shoot you on sight, voilà, just to loot you. But it's very rare, and that's good, you know. It's not all the time. It's like yeah, I need to, you know, and it's good because you know, it forces me to take a smoke or two, you know, like just in case I have like a backstabber, and just so that I can flee, you know, I can leave the building or whatever if I see that someone is starting to shoot at me, you know. So it keeps you on your toes, but it's mostly still very friendly. So pretty nice. Good. I will buy. Yeah, I mean, if you can buy with the promo or whatever, you know, I think it's a good game. Yeah. And if you buy it, we can play together too. It's I've heard that when you don't play solo, people are way more aggressive though. So when you play in teams, you end up in more aggressive lobbies. But maybe there might, I guess, if there's aggression matchmaking solo, there must be aggression matchmaking in duo. So I guess the the nice duo could probably have end up in similarly friendly lobbies. I guess, even though I've heard that the co-op lobbies are more aggressive, you know. But it would be interesting to test. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. But I will leave now. Good night, Nat. And I'm very bad at this kind of game. Well, me too. Me too. But it's just that this kind, like our creator, is not that much about this, the the skill. Like you don't need to make headshots or whatever. You know, it's mostly like the arc creators that I play is mostly about fighting the monsters. You know, the robots, the big and the small robots, and where to find the loot, how to escape the robots, because you need to and there's all different, and the nice thing I like is that there's all different kinds of grenades, so you can feel like a little engineer, like how am I going to engineer escaping or killing this monster or whatever. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Voila, but I see you. Good night. Good night, Nat. I am leaving now. See you, see you, see you. Good night. See you. Good night, good night, good night, good night.